So we have about 200 acres in the Appalachian Mountains.
Our first set of scary videos were shared by TikTok user Modern Day Snow White, who says the footage was captured on a remote property deep in the Appalachian Mountains.
We're not there full time, so periodically I check the cameras just to see what's there.
According to the uploader, the land spans roughly 200 acres and isn't occupied full time. Because of that, they regularly check their security cameras to see what's been moving through the area. During one of those routine checks, something unusual appeared.
What the fuck is that? What's that?
In a single frame captured by the camera, a figure can be seen riding what looks like a white horse.
And now here is where you see it just pops up and then it goes away. I'm scrolling with my finger.
It's only there for a moment, one image, then gone.
Is where you see it just pops up and then it goes away. I'm scrolling with my finger.
The uploader explains that the camera normally records continuously when motion is detected. Otherwise, it simply takes still images at intervals. In this case, there was no motion alert, just a single captured frame.
And this was captured in one of the pictures. It didn't record.
They scroll through other clips to compare.
Is a deer in the same spot. And if you look over there,
a deer runs through the same spot. The camera detects it instantly, records the movement clearly.
Over there to over here. Okay, it was going this way. Camera caught it. You can see in the bottom corner, it says motion. Motion detected, that deer.
A vehicle approaches the driveway. Again, the system triggers. Multiple frames, continuous recording.
Here is where it caught a car. You can see the car at the end of the driveway. See a vehicle. It caught it. It started recording. Caught it.
But when the figure on horseback appears, there's nothing else. No approach, no departure, no sequence of movement leading up to it. Just one image. And then it disappears. The layout of the property raises even more questions. There's a gate at the entrance, deep ditches surrounding the area, a creek that would be extremely difficult for a horse to cross.
There's no way it could have gotten over the gate, and there's no way that it could have gone in the creek to get onto the property.
They also point out that even if motion detection somehow failed, the camera would still have captured additional still images as the horse moved along the driveway. But there's nothing, no trail, no progression. Later, the uploader reveals another detail.
We did discover that there is a cemetery located on our property. So many things have happened there that are just unexplainable.
A cemetery was discovered on the property.
That there was a cemetery on the property. We had mentioned it to a neighbor that we have down there.
When they mentioned this to a neighbor, they were told the land once belonged to their family and that the cemetery contained their ancestors. The uploader asked whether any of those ancestors had ridden horses. The black and white photos bear a striking resemblance to what was caught on the security camera. To investigate further, the neighbor even walked the driveway with a flashlight, searching for hoof prints or any sign of recent activity.
Right here's where that horse was. And there is nothing been here. There has been nothing here. Nothing.
After the video was posted, viewers began offering their own explanations. Some suggested camera glitches, compression artifacts, or a momentary overlap of frames. Others believed it could be a person misidentified in low resolution.
There's no way it could have gotten over the gate, and there's no way that it could have gone in the creek to get onto the property.
But many found the lack of movement before and after the image hard to explain. The figure appears fully formed in a single frame, then vanishes without a trace. The uploader themselves remains uncertain. They've openly invited people to debunk the footage, saying they'd prefer a simple explanation, especially since they plan to live on the property one day.
What the internet does, and say it's fake, and try to debunk it, and I invite you to do so, because I'm gonna be living there one day.
So what do you think was captured on that Appalachian trail? A glitch in the camera, a fleeting coincidence, or something passing through that was never meant to be recorded at all?
And then it goes away. I'm scrolling with my finger.
So literally half the power in this house is out.
This series of scary videos were shared on TikTok by user Hey It's Des after a frightening night that began with a lightning strike hitting their home. According to the uploader, the incident caused an immediate power outage, waking everyone inside the house. At first, it seemed like a typical storm-related event, but when the footage was reviewed, something far stranger appeared.
So watch in this right corner, right when the lightning strikes. There. What is that? What is that?
As the camera adjusts to the darkness, something else can be seen.
So watch in this right corner, right when the lightning strikes. There. What is that? What is that? What is that?
In the far right corner of the frame, a dark shape appears on the floor. It's only visible for a moment, just a frame or two, but when slowed down and zoomed in, the shape looks distinct. A short while later, firefighters arrive to assess the situation and help reset the system. As they move through the home, one of the firefighters keeps glancing toward a nearby room, as if something just caught his attention.
Pay attention to this firefighter right here. He keeps looking over at the couch again and again, like as if someone's sitting there and there's not.
Then something else happens.
If you look over to the candles, you can kind of see that two of them just go out like somebody blew them out. And obviously there's no one there that did that. There was no gust of wind, and obviously if there were, they would have all blown out.
2 candles blow out. The third remains lit.
Go out right out of the blue. It's like, of course, if there was a brisk of wind or whatever, I feel like all the candles would go out. But the fact that only these 2 went out, strange.
The final piece of footage raises even more questions. As one of the firefighters works on the breaker box, the camera captures something deeply unsettling. At around the 23-second mark, something happens on the couch. The cushion shifts, like someone invisible had just stood up. In another clip, it happens again. Each moment on its own could have a simple explanation. Lighting changes, air pressure, movement just out of frame. But taken together, the shadow, the firefighter's reaction, the candles, the couch, the pattern begins to feel harder to dismiss. In a follow-up post, the uploader explained that they had never really believed in the paranormal before. They described themselves as skeptical, if anything, but after reviewing the footage, they admitted they're starting to reconsider what might be happening inside their home. So what do you think was captured after that lightning strike? A series of coincidences amplified by a stressful night, or something unseen making itself known in the aftermath of the storm? A veterinary clinic in the United States has become the center of some seriously unsettling footage, and the vet herself has been documenting every incident. Dr. Renee Holt runs a vet clinic where strange things have been happening after hours. She's installed security cameras throughout the building, and what they've captured has left her questioning everything. In one clip, the security camera records a phone dropping off the hook entirely on its own. In another piece of overnight footage, music begins playing inside the empty clinic. There is no staff present, no timers, just a Bluetooth speaker suddenly turning on by itself. But perhaps the most striking clip shows a cage door opening by itself. The security camera captures the latch lifting. You can clearly see it move upward as though an invisible hand is working the mechanism. And then there's the strangest incident of all. Renee and her staff are inside the clinic when they hear a dog howling and barking from the treatment room.
That's weird. Where is that coming from? It don't sound like it's coming from.
Loud, distressed sounds, unmistakable. But when they check, none of the 4 animals currently in the clinic are making any noise.
Wait, is it Scarlet? Wait. What's coming from up there?
They may have done that when they switched the bag.
Is it the bag free? No. Alright, who's making that noise? What's an anomally? It's coming from anomalies.
Renee believes the sounds may belong to the ghost of a euthanized dog, one that spent its final hours in that very room. Could this clinic genuinely be haunted by the spirits of animals that passed away there? Is something lingering in those treatment rooms unable to move on? Or is there a perfectly rational explanation for phones lifting themselves off the hook, music playing in empty rooms, and cage doors unlatching on their own? Reddit user A Dose of Dopeness recently shared a photo that has left the internet stumped. According to the post, a friend was at his nephew's birthday party snapping photos throughout the celebration. Nothing unusual, just kids, cake and family. But when he reviewed the pictures later, one image stopped him cold. Standing among the parents, clapping and smiling as if he belonged, was a man nobody recognized. He wasn't at the party. No one in the family knows who he is or was. What makes it even stranger is the timing. Around 10 photos were taken in rapid succession. The mystery figure appears in just one frame. The shots taken immediately before and after show no trace of him. So how does a complete stranger show up in a single photograph, seemingly celebrating with the family, and then vanish from every other frame? Some commenters suggested a glitch or double exposure. Others weren't so sure, pointing out how natural the man looks, as though he's genuinely part of the moment. Love to hear your take on this one in the comments below.
What the heck is this? I had a family member who worked at the Prudential Center in Boston.
Back in 2022, a scary piece of footage surfaced online that left viewers genuinely puzzled. It appeared to show something unusual flying around a museum in Boston in the early hours of the morning.
Bam! What is that?
The OP said the video came from a live stream pointed toward the Boston Harbor near the Museum of Science and the Prudential Center area. According to the uploader, a family member had originally spotted the anomaly while watching the feed at around 3:30 in the morning.
This is the Museum of Science's live stream on the Boston Harbor. and I have no idea. You'll see it in a second.
A dark shape moves across the screen.
Bam! What is that?
Then another.
Just kind of flying around there. I zoomed in on it and put it in slow motion on the next part of the video.
According to the uploader, something else made the clip even stranger. The following day, when the footage was revisited, the entire hour of the live stream where the anomaly occurred had reportedly been removed.
The crazy part is, the next day when he went back to try to replay it to show one of his coworkers, the Museum of Science had actually deleted that hour off of their live stream. So I don't think it was something that we were supposed to see.
That detail fueled speculation almost immediately. When the video spread online, viewers began debating what the shapes could be. Some suggested bats, noting their nocturnal activity and unpredictable flight patterns, especially around well-lit buildings where insects gather. Others said they look like Dementors from Harry Potter. Of course, there are grounded possibilities. Low-light cameras can distort scale and motion. Compression artifacts can make small objects appear larger or more defined than they are. And when multiple objects overlap in frame, their movement can look far more chaotic than it really is. Still, the combination of the footage and the missing live stream segment has kept the mystery alive. So what do you think was circling that museum in the early hours of the morning? Bats caught on a night camera at just the right angle, or something stranger briefly captured and then quietly removed?
Bam! What is that?
This next clip is genuinely hard to watch. A laryngoscopy, that's a camera fed down a patient's throat, captures something that shouldn't be there. There, nestled against the lining of the throat, a dark slimy shape wriggles. It's alive, and it's been living inside this person. The clip was uploaded to Reddit's Nope community, where it immediately blew up. Commenters were equal parts disgusted and fascinated. One user linked a medical paper describing a strikingly similar case, a leech lodged in the larynx. According to researchers, it's rare, but it happens. The parasite can reach the airway when a person drinks contaminated water. Normally, the body's cough reflex expels it, but sometimes it holds on. Patients typically present with hoarseness and difficulty swallowing. In severe cases, they struggle to breathe or cough up blood. Whether this footage shows the exact case from the study remains unclear, but one thing's certain. Whatever that thing is, it's alive, it's feeding, and it made itself right at home in someone's throat. A dash cam mounted on a long-haul tour bus in India has captured something on the road ahead that has left viewers deeply unsettled. The scary video comes from the dashcam of a travel and tourist bus operated by Shivaji Tours and Travels. It's well past midnight, and the bus is making its way along a dark, quiet stretch of Indian highway. The road ahead is empty, or at least it should be. There's a figure, motionless, right in the path of the bus. It appears to be wearing some kind of robe or long flowing garment. The posture is rigid, unnatural, not the stance of a person who's noticed a bus bearing down on them. There's no flinching, no attempt to move, just a still, eerie presence planted in the center of the road in the dead of night. The question that everyone asks when they see this footage is simple. Why would a person be standing in the middle of a highway after midnight wearing what looks like a robe, making absolutely no effort to move? In India, stories of ghostly apparitions appearing on remote highways are deeply embedded in local folklore. Travellers and truck drivers have shared accounts of encountering figures on desolate roads for generations, figures that appear solid in the headlights but vanish when approached. Was this simply a person, perhaps confused, perhaps in distress, standing on the road for reasons we can't know? Or did this dashcam capture something that was never truly there at all? A presence that exists only in that fleeting moment between the headlights and the dark. A photograph taken inside a restaurant has revealed something deeply unsettling that nobody noticed until it was too late. The image was shared on Facebook by the restaurant owner's brother-in-law. According to his account, a friend had taken a casual photo inside the establishment. Nothing unusual, just a quick snap near the bar area. It wasn't until later, when they looked back through the photos, that they spotted something that made their blood run cold. Standing near the bar is the blurry, translucent figure of a woman. She wasn't there when the photo was taken. No one remembers seeing anyone in that spot. Yet there she is, an unmistakable human shape out of focus, as though she exists just outside the edge of our perception. What makes this case more compelling is the history of the restaurant itself. According to the owner, the venue has a well-known reputation for strange occurrences. Staff have reported unexplained sounds, objects moving, and an uneasy feeling in certain parts of the building, and particularly near the bar. The owner has openly asked whether this could be an iPhone camera glitch. A long exposure, a trick of the lens, some artifact of digital processing, and to be fair, smartphones can produce strange results in low light. Motion blur, ghosting from HDR compositing, even reflections can create shapes that look almost human. But the figure in this image doesn't quite fit those explanations. The shape is too defined, too clearly a person. And the location, right at the bar, in a restaurant already known for paranormal activity, feels like more than coincidence.
Hey, wait a minute, go back to the street.
The comedian's TikTok live stream captured something in the background that nobody can explain. A figure moving at a speed that shouldn't be possible.
It's all motor right there.
Nah, them trash bags. Who them here? Like who's ain't folk?
Hey, wait a minute, go back to the street. Something on the line.
Hey, man.
Drano, a comedian and podcaster known on TikTok as Big Dre 83, was broadcasting live from what appears to be a rural property with a scrap heap of old vehicles. He's mid-conversation, casually talking about an old motor when something streaks across the dirt road behind him.
It's all motor right there.
Nah, them trash bags. Who them here? Like who's ain't folk?
Hey, wait a minute, go back to the street. Something on the line.
Hey, man.
And it's not just Drano who sees it. The people he's streaming with react immediately, shouting and pointing, trying to process what just flew past.
No, you wasn't tripping. They run through that like far as
What the was that?
Drano walks over to the road to investigate, and this is where it gets even stranger.
What was
Yeah,
it
that was
running
my
from?
neighbor-
You see
that
no
was my
pit
neighbor
bull
going
on
home.
that nigga can run that quick from a pit bull.
Answer.
You see somebody on the street, go the other way.
No, bro.
There's nothing there. No dust cloud hanging in the air, no footprints, no tracks of any kind. Whatever just crossed that road left absolutely no trace behind.
I seen it.
You seen it too.
Man, I seen it. Was running through there fast.
Plus, it's like you could almost see through him. He was going so.
When viewers slowed the footage down frame by frame, opinions split sharply. Some believe they can make out a black truck moving at high speed in the distance, but others aren't buying it, arguing the shape is too small, too upright, and the road too narrow for a vehicle moving at that pace. The lack of a dust trail is what bothers people the most. A vehicle or a person moving that fast along a dry dirt road should have kicked up a visible cloud. But there's nothing, as if whatever crossed that road barely touched the ground.
I seen it.
You seen it too.
Was this a vehicle in the distance creating an optical illusion? A person moving at a speed that defies human capability? Let me know your take in the comments.
Nah, them trash bags. Who them here? Like who's ain't folk?
Hey, wait a minute, go back to the street. Something on the line.
Hey, man.
So, I'm gonna show you a great way to activate your traps. I usually like to use...
A fitness blogger named Eric Shy was filming a workout video at a gym in Richmond, British Columbia, when viewers spotted something strange in the background.
Well, it's definitely a little heavier than I thought, but let's do a drop set for 4.
In the footage, a blurry figure appears to move behind Eric while he's lifting weights, then seems to vanish.
Perfect. And that's a great way to activate your traps, and that's shrugs.
At the same moment, there's a brief burst of audio distortion that made the clip feel even more unsettling. Eric doesn't notice anything at the time and continues talking through his workout as normal.
Well, it's definitely a little heavier than I thought, but let's do a drop set for 4.
The video sparked a wave of debate online. Some viewers were convinced they were looking at a ghost or even something demonic, while others said it was most likely just light reflecting off the wall or some other visual artifact. Eric later said he found the footage genuinely unsettling. He admitted he had no idea anything odd was happening while he was filming and said nothing like it had ever occurred before. He did mention, however, that he sometimes feels unexplained cold breezes or gets sudden shivers while training at that location. He also noted that the area has some paranormal history, though he didn't elaborate. Was there really something lurking in the background of this gym, or is there a perfectly simple explanation hiding in plain sight?
Well, it's definitely a little heavier than I thought, but let's do a drop set for 4. Perfect. And that's a great way to activate your traps, and that's shrugs.
That one's moving crazy.
A brief clip from Chandler, Arizona has people debating whether what they're seeing is paranormal or purely physical.
It's moving, not as much as that one. There's some there could be people sitting there, I don't know, because the closest people are these people.
The footage shared by TikTok user Jason Rye 572 shows a set of chairs that appear to move or vibrate on their own.
Yeah, things are amuck here in Chandler, Arizona.
Arizona does sit along several minor fault lines, and Chandler's rapid urban development means construction activity is common. Any of these could produce vibrations strong enough to rattle a chair, but the uploader maintains there was no obvious source of vibration at the time. No construction, no heavy appliances running, nothing that would explain why the chairs began moving on their own.
It's moving, not as much as that one.
Is this a case of everyday vibrations being caught on camera for the first time, or is something less explainable at work in Arizona?
The employee didn't even touch it. Zoom in on that guy. Yeah. Things are amuck here in Chandler, Arizona.
Okay, now I'm legit getting mad, okay?
A TikTok user has shared mysterious footage that has people questioning the very nature of reality. And it all started with a broken concealer.
This, I don't know how the hell, I broke this. This used to be hanging off, like it dangled.
Melanie Ingersoll, known on TikTok as MellyMel011989, recorded herself explaining something that had left her completely lost for words.
I was using Q-tips to get my concealer out because I broke this.
Her concealer applicator had been broken for some time, so broken that she'd resorted to using cotton tips just to get the product out. She was absolutely certain it was damaged beyond use.
I don't know how the hell.
But when she goes to show the camera, the applicator is perfectly intact, not repaired, not replaced, just fixed, as though it had never been broken at all.
It dangled, and I was using, quite literally...
And that's when things get stranger.
What do you call it? Oh my god, why is it doing... That's so weird. Whoa!
As Melanie is filming, her phone camera begins behaving erratically. The image goes blurry and warps.
I broke this. I am getting so, I'm getting really, like my heart is racing. And why is my phone doing that?
A strange static noise fills the audio, not a normal phone glitch, but something that sounds almost like a radio frequency cutting through.
I am getting so, I'm getting really, like my heart is racing. And why is my phone doing that? Why is my phone doing that? What?
Melanie is visibly shaken. She swears the applicator was broken. She used it broken every single day. And now it's not. And her phone is malfunctioning at the exact moment she's trying to document it.
Oh my god. I broke this. Why is it fixed now? Oh my god.
The comment section exploded with theories. Some believe this is a genuine glitch in the Matrix, a moment where reality shifted and corrected an object, leaving Melanie with the memory of the old version but the physical evidence of the new one. Others point to the camera distortion as proof that something was happening at that exact moment, as if the glitch was still in progress. Skeptics, of course, suggest faulty memory or a simple phone malfunction, but for those who believe we might be living in a simulation, this footage is genuinely compelling.
Like, my heart is racing. And why is my phone doing that? Why is my phone doing that? What? Oh my god.
If you want to see more scary videos, then hit that subscribe button and turn on all channel notifications. Also, the more you interact with our channel, hit the like button, comment, watch a few episodes, then you'll see us more often in your feed. In 2017, someone in Saudi Arabia's remote Al Jauf region captured footage of something truly bizarre hovering in the desert sky. The video, which runs for about 82 seconds, shows a small white object drifting steadily through the haze. The footage resurfaced in March 2026 when UFO researcher Anonymous Shadow shared it online, arguing that sightings from the Middle East are vastly underreported compared to those in the West. And this isn't the only one. Similar reports have emerged from Iraq and Syria since 2018. In one widely discussed case from 2024, the Pentagon actually acknowledged the footage before later suggesting it was likely a balloon. The Pentagon's own All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, known as AARO, has suggested that many of these sightings can be attributed to tethered aerostats used for surveillance in arid conflict zones. That may well account for some of them. But the footage from Al Jauf shows an object that doesn't appear tethered, doesn't behave like a balloon, and has features that no known aerostat possesses. Could this be one of the mysterious jellyfish drones that military personnel have reportedly encountered in conflict zones? Or is there a far stranger explanation drifting through the skies over the desert? Continue watching more scary videos. These are the scariest of 2025.